Today, I'm here with you. Hello, everybody. Good evening. This is 5:35. I am Balkis Demitokwe Amzat, and I am very excited to welcome you to the Building Stability Series Day 2. Our speaker is here. She's right at the backstage. I have Lawal Aminat on screen. I have Adetogun Wasila. I have the Valuemast Global team too in the room with me. So I am very excited, everybody. And if you know that you're also excited to be here, please drop in the chat room your name, where you are chatting from or where you're watching from, and your expectations of this session. But while we do that, first I would like to say a very big thank you to our speaker, Fathia Ariori. She is one very awesome young person that I have been privileged to move with on this journey of life. And I am very, very excited to always hear her speak. So just know that today is not just about Aspire to Maguire. This is one person that has lived the truth that she's here to share with you. So I am going to bring her up in the next few seconds, and I'm also going to bring up a slide. Please, if you have any questions, if you have anything at all, drop it in the comment. We are going to walk through everything together. Do not be shy to ask questions, and make sure that you tell your friends and families that they need to be here. Even your frenemies, bring them on. So Fatia Ariori, thank you so much for joining today. And I am bringing you on stage in one, two, three. Hello, Fatia. How are you doing?
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Zadiki. I'm
How are
doing
you
good.
doing?
And
How
you?
is everything on your end?
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that you are here and you are ready. Let me drop down this ticker. Okay, I am trying to just drop down the ticker that I have. Okay, so can everyone hear Fatia? Please let me know in the chat room or in the comments if you can hear Fatia. You
Good
can
afternoon,
speak because
everyone.
I can hear you. I just want to know about the audience. You can speak, I can hear you.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Okay, I can no longer hear you. I don't know what the issue is, right?
Oh, good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Good afternoon. I can hear you now.
All right.
Please go ahead.
Okay. It's such a great pleasure to be here today. And I so much love the topic I was given because it's something that I've lived and it's something that I've experienced. I'm not just giving off the book kind of talk today. I'm giving the talk that is from what I've been through and what I've gone through. So my topic for today is regulating emotions in a chaotic world. Simple strategies on how to stay grounded when even when life is getting overwhelming and chaotic. And if we'll be very real with ourselves, many of us are overwhelmed, and we're not necessarily overwhelmed because we are weak or because we're not strong or because we are less, but it's because we are carrying too much for too long. And even aside that, the world we live nowadays is a world that is very fast paced and chaos is now like the normal trend of the day. Pressure, you know, there's just a lot of things going on at once. So the first slide, the beginning of my slide says, for today we're not learning how to escape the chaos because I mean we're Nigerians. Nigerian itself is a very chaotic place. But just here to learn how to breathe through it, how to exist through it. Not just how to, not letting the chaos drive us, but being in charge. And also, that will give us a sense of stability. And the purpose of having stability, especially when it comes to our emotions and handling things when they're getting too much, is that it will always give you this sense of being in control. It will always give you this sense of, handling things from a place of calmness instead of the chaos that is going on around you. it's really like a game changer. It's something that will help you a lot and a lot and a lot. So let's first look at why life feels overwhelming. Like I said earlier, this is Nigeria. A lot of things, like even if you are living the picture perfect life, the fact that you are situated in this country is enough factor. What do we want to look at? There are a lot of things that can come up just based on our environment, especially our environment here. So the first thing I listed is there are a lot of roles to fill at once, and the demand exceeds capacity. To start with capacity, when we want to define capacity is more like something like what you can hold physically, the amount of things you can hold. And we're currently in a world where the demand that is on us, the demand, even no matter your age, probably as students, if I just entered this thing and you're moving to adulthood or if you're already an adult on your own, the demand can be very it can so much exceed our capacity. And it's not something that it's not the time that you can even foresee it. Sometimes you're just going by your day, you're just it's just a normal day, you're just going by your day, just trying to meet up with deadlines and classes and all of that, and then some things will just keep springing up and you don't know how to handle it. Like it's just land like it's like let's say you're a cup, what you can take is a cup. And you already know that okay, this part of self-awareness, you already know this is my limit. But then your environment, things can just spring up and you know, to just keep, how let's say, topping up your cup and you can overflow, which will which will exceed the capacity you can hold. Let me paint a picture you might like recognize. Like most of us when we wake up, even though like they say they look that the first 3 hours stay away from your phone. It's actually like something that's going to stay away from your phone. Sometimes when you wake up, the first thing that comes up is probably like a text message from school or maybe from like your boss or something to get something done. Then there's that text message they're expecting a response from you. Then maybe they'll just take a short break from handling things, you go on social media, you are seeing different kind of pops of people updates of life. You're seeing different kind of updates. You're seeing like 5 people posting about their soft life. Someone has already moved abroad. You're seeing someone who just got married. You're even seeing someone who's telling you that who's your age mate that is telling you that at your age you not meet 6 figures. I'm the lazy person, you not meet it in life. There are a lot of things that are going on in this world that if you are not careful and let it how I say it, if you bring this factor from the outer world into yourself, it's something that can put this kind of pressure on you, this feeling of demand that you have to get something done, which in that moment might actually exceed the capacity that you have. So that's one of the reasons that we might feel overwhelmed. Then another reason is that you are focusing too much on things that you don't have control on. I repeat myself. You are too focused on what is not in your control. Like things like if you sit down, you don't have control, but then you just find yourself dwelling on it rather on things that you have control of. You don't have control over like let's use Nigeria factor. You don't have maybe control over when ASU decide to go on strike. You don't have the control over the prices of fraud. You don't have control over the prices of pepper in the market. Yes. But this thing affects us, yeah. It's just if you choose to dwell on things that you don't have control on and they're actually going sideways, it will give you this feeling of overwhelmed. It will make you feel overwhelmed because you can't. It's not something. It's not like the switch of. It's not like the switch of a bulb that you can switch on and off and decide whether you want it on or you want it off. This is just life happening as it's going to be happening, as it will keep happening. Please let me know if we are together. Once I'm dropping the point, anything that sticks with you, please just drop it in the comment section so I'll know that. So I can be seeing it and we know that we're together. So like I said, like let me continue what I was saying. So I was saying you are too focused on what is not in your control. I'm sure like if you take 30 seconds to pause now to think of something that is not in your control that you've been dwelling on, I'm sure you'll be able to think of one or two. It could be the exam questions the lecturer is bring out in the exam. You're not in control of that. It could be sometimes it could be like the weather that might decide to ruin your plan. You're not in control of that. So in moments when things are not going the way you envision it to be, let your focus be on things that you can do right. Like when you're in a moment where things are going left, just try to like take a pause and identify if it's something you're in control of. If it is not, take a step back and acknowledge that this is something that you're not in control of. So don't like dwell on something you're not in control of. Then another reason why I might feel overwhelmed is that it's like I feel like I'm not doing enough. Especially maybe due to social media comparison. There are a lot of things happening there. A lot of people are sharing about their life, the pictures of their life. You can't go 1 minute on Instagram, you are seeing vlogs, you're seeing a lot of things, people your age mates, that you feel might be doing better than you are. And then all of a sudden, due to that, like the constant exposure to those kind of content and stuff, you start to feel like you are not doing enough because and you're not feeling like you're not doing enough because you're not doing enough. You're feeling like you are not doing enough because you're comparing with someone who you think is doing more than you. Comparison is a thief of joy, as you all know. So comparison is something that if you dwell on it, it's something that if you keep on brooding on it, it's going to take away your peace and put you in a position where you feel overwhelmed. Now add those factors. Some of us will actually combine not just one of these two factors. Like we are in a place where the demand exceeds our capacity. We're focusing on things we're not control, and at the same time, we now decide to top it up with comparing ourselves. Then another one is that this one, a lot of us might actually be guilty of this. This is something that is very easy to fall into. Is you do not prioritize rest, right? You do not prioritize rest. Everything you put yourself in a survival mode where you keep on working and working and working. You keep on ready. If it's the same, you go to class 10 a.m. You go to 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So you to come back and rest just to rewind and let yourself be put together. No, you shower, you carry the book again. You are reading from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. before you now decide you want to sleep. It's the same with that wake up at 5 a.m. Rest is a priority. If you are someone that here and you know that resonating with you, let me see you drop something in the comment section. Rest should be a priority. If you are someone who is looking at, you know, going far and making a lot of things, like if you are someone who is into making big things come to life, you have to understand that you are a priority because you are like that one how will I say it, yeah, that one resources to yourself that you will always need. You cannot do without yourself. So you have to treat yourself like you have to treat yourself the best way possible because you deserve it. And beyond you're beyond the world. Like you're worthy of every good thing you want to do in
Fatia,
your life. And if you see yourself as that, as much as you see yourself as that, also accept that you are worthy of rest. Every time that you
hi
feel like
Fatia.
your mind, your body needs, moments to pause, moments to, moments to come back and refill. You need rest. You need rest. Then I feel like that's something I will keep on emphasizing because this is something that I didn't think of rest as a priority before. Then all of a sudden, it's either two things. You either rest at your own pace where you can put it in your schedule. You can, maybe in your schedule you have time to break and also your daily tasks. Or you can choose not to rest and your body will decide to maybe take 1 week away from you. Because by the time fatigue sets in, you will not even be in control anymore. And then one thing about like the moment you do not rest, your brain is working more than it should. Like your mind is working more than it should. Your body is working more than it should. So there's going to be a point before the breaking point where you will just feel you cannot do anything any longer. You feel so much overwhelmed. Like the things you might have usually have done for the rest of your life. In the moments where you're very tired and you do not give yourself space to rest, these are moments where you are going to reach the breaking point and you might not be able to do anything. So I hope we've gotten something from an understanding of things or factors that happens that can put us in a position where we. Another thing, basically, our environment, we are exposed. There's this chronic stress exposure. There are things that are around us that puts us in a condition of stress that keeps us that stress us all over. Like I said earlier, I'll keep saying the Nigerian factor because we live in Nigeria. There are a lot of stressors which are called like stress factors that if you dwell on it, they'll put us in a position where it's happening all the time. But then, like I said, let's go back to one of the points I said is focus on things that are in your control. Be ready to identify things that are in your control, and the things that are not in your control, just let it go. So before we move on, I would like us to like take a moment to understand what our emotions are. Since the topic today is regulating emotions, so before we even go into how we regulate the emotions, let's understand what our emotions are. Now, emotions are like your body way of responding to what is happening around you. It's basically your body telling you and your mind telling you know, responding to what is happening around you as well as what is happening within you. If you go back, if one can we just list the emotions we are very familiar with? Joy, happiness, sadness. For you to be sad, it's not as if you suddenly become sad. There must be something that is either happening around you or something that is happening within you. And one thing we must all come together to agree upon, one thing we must all come together to take as a mandate is that our emotions are not our weakness, neither are they our enemy. It, it's not a problem that you are too emotional. Your emotions are your emotions. There are information that they should not, there are information that your emotion is really your body communicating with you. And this information should not be ignored or even avoided. Your emotions are not things you run away from. Your emotions are things, are information, they are signals you accept. Because when you do that, it will put you in a position where you'll be rooted and you'll be able to make decisions, you'll be able to take action from a place of stability. So that's the emotion. And when you suppress your emotions, they don't disappear. I think maybe some of us might feel like, okay, we might not even know that we're consciously doing it. Subconsciously, some of us engage in this habit of suppressing our emotions. We think that, let me just act easy and so on, like it will just go. The emotion will just go. The sadness will just go. But it does not work like that. When you suppress your emotion, they don't disappear. Instead, they clog up. Like I said, they're signals. So let's see them as tiny balls. So they clog up and store in your body. And then one day you just explode. They explode as anger, anxiety, or sometimes it's just you all of a sudden feeling numb, feeling that you can't, just feeling withdrawn, feeling like you can't handle anything anymore. So if you are with me in the comment section, let me see you say your emotions. My emotions are not things I run away from. My emotions are not to be suppressed. Your emotions are things you should accept. They are things you should sit down with because they are yours. It's literally your body telling you how you're feeling. Your body telling you how things around you, how they're affecting you, and maybe what's going on in your body too as well. So you don't suppress them, or neither do you ignore them or avoid them. Your emotion are to be accepted by you. And also, regulating your emotion does not mean that when things are getting overwhelming and you're looking at regulating emotions. Regulating emotion does not mean that you're pretending to be okay. You're pretending to be okay, or you think you're supposed to carry out. You think you're supposed to fit into this picture perfect. Oh, she has not blocked. She's always put together. She does not show emotion. You think it reflects, but it's not. Regulating your emotion does not mean you're pretending to be okay. Regulating your emotion is it means learning how to name what you feel, make space for it, and choose how to respond to it. Respond, and not react to it. Because when you react to your emotion, that is your emotion is the one leading that situation at the moment. You've allowed your emotion to take control. But rather when you respond, when you accept, you're able to respond in that situation. And responding will put you in a place where you are able to make decisions that you will not regret later. You're able to make the decisions that will align with who you think you are. I think if we want to like look back, there are some times where we and I go, especially our siblings, our younger siblings, they don't know it's college. All of a sudden we just burst out in anger because we've not dealt with that emotion prior. We've not sat down with ourselves and accepted whatever is going on. So we have this club of emotion, we're feeling all overwhelmed, and all of a sudden we just burst and we act rashly to people around us, to our siblings, to your relatives, to people around you. People around you, you're just all of a sudden people not choose to and to reacted out of it. So that is that's like one of the major things that we have to consider when it comes to our emotions. Your emotions are your emotions. Okay. Your emotions are your emotions. When sometimes we feel headache, we can accept that yes, we are feeling headache. Let us take paracetamol, or let me rest, let me take a painkiller, or let me rest, or maybe if it's persistent, let me see the doctor, or let me even do this. We take care of our physical life. Same to when it comes to like our emotions. The emotions that are not trifle, they're not minimal, they're not small, they're your emotions. That your emotions. I really wish someone out there is you know you're coming to take this as a moment to check into yourself and accept the truth of yourself, the full truth. When you're angry, you're angry. Don't don't form. It does not pay anyone at the end of the day, especially it does not pay you. Don't try to hide it and bottle things up. You are angry. This is something that maybe in the moment when you choose to accept it, you can respond by maybe communicating with or trying to look for the stressors that are making you angry and deal with it. You are things that are happening around you that is probably making you feel overwhelmed. Just accept it. Acceptance goes a long way when it comes to emotion because, like I said earlier, it puts us in a better position to respond rather than react. So yeah, signs that we are feeling overwhelmed. And I think some of them like being okay, how do I know if I'm overwhelmed? Can you like drop in a comment in the comment section? Like at what point do you know that you're overwhelmed? At what point do you know that you're overwhelmed? Things about like our emotions is that it's not just a thing of the mind, it's not just an abstract thing, it's a thing of the nervous system. Let's not go to biology. So in the long run, things that you actually feel, they somehow store in your body, like your nerves, they somehow like signals, they somehow like store in your body. So when you're stressed and you're getting overwhelmed, it's not just the emotional part of the emotional turmoil. Sometimes these signs show physically, it can show mentally too as well, it can show emotionally, and also your behavior as well as even spiritually can affect your spirituality at that point. And when it comes to like physical signs, some of the physical signs are like headache, when you're feeling headache, when you're feeling like your chest is tight, fatigue, all of a sudden, you're someone that you're waking up tired, you're sleeping tired, and those things that might happen and might not pay attention to might actually be are signs of our body letting us know that yes, we are being stressed and things are actually getting too much. We can't handle more than this. They're like signals. You're deep sighing, this tension headaches, you're having tension headaches with no explanation. You have sometimes for some people even like stomach issues, all of a sudden your stomach is not settled, like it's not settled, you're not just in normal self. Those are signs that something is wrong in your body, like something is going wrong. They are telltale signs of being overwhelmed. And also the mental signs can include um insomnia. One thing about mental signs is The either is when like things are breaching from the normal, it can go as far as extreme, the high extreme and the low extreme. So for some people they stress eat. You know that all of a sudden every minute you're just eating. You are just eating. You can't just do it that you're just hungry. Even when you're not hungry, you're just hungry. You just feel like you should keep eating to just switch off and get away from reality. Because reality at that moment is getting overwhelming and other things that you can handle. You are feeling the feeling of being stuck, the feeling of forgetfulness and confusion, because it's at a point where your brain is handling more than it should and it's getting tired. So your sense of focus is reduced, your focus is reduced, confusion sets in, and all of a sudden, you put something somewhere, you cannot remember. I'm sure there's a moment where probably a lot of things are happening at once, and you're probably looking for your pen, you're probably looking for your paper, or something that you probably is in the moment, and you are like you scatter the whole house just to find out that the thing was probably on your neck, or you probably hang it on your body, but you didn't know because you're overwhelmed. So that alertness that your mind usually has is not having at that moment. And when it comes to emotional signs, it can include like I said, they're snapping at people, you're busting out, you know, mood swing. All of a sudden you're crying, all of a sudden you're shouting. That's one thing I used to do. But I used to shout. My roommate is so tired of that. Like sometimes I just bust out shouting. I can't just handle it. I just shout. Those are like things that are constantly built up and your body can't take it anymore. So there'll be signs. If you refuse to accept, your body will tell you that there are signs that some things are going on. And when it comes to maybe like behavior, probably feel withdrawn from people. Those are those moments where you are too yeah, there's a lot of things going on that is like you are desensitized. You can't feel things like you normally feel. You're probably procrastinating or just avoiding responsibility because you can't take things anymore. And when it comes to like spiritual science, sometimes you just feel disconnected from God. You just feel disconnected, even as much as you're praying, you are doing things you're supposed to do. You just nothing is feeling. You're not feeling anything in depth. Nothing is coming to the base with you. You're not touching base with anything because there are a lot of clogged up things around you that you've not dealt with. So it's very hard for you to connect to something at that moment. You are probably feeling guilty for not having faith, whereas you're just struggling. You're probably feeling like you're not enough, spiritual in the spiritual sense. If I feel like you're not enough, and maybe it's because of this thing and this thing, you start giving excuses and stuff like that. So these are signs that you are feeling overwhelmed. So let's move on. Then this like the thing we came to come and do today. That's like strategies, things that we can do when we're feeling overwhelmed, things that we can do to regulate our emotions, things we can do to be able to, hold on to our stability, to be able to stable ourselves. For now, we understood why we feel overwhelmed, how our emotions work, how our body tells us the signs of being overwhelmed. Now let's delve into now we know emotions, we know we're feeling overwhelmed. How do we deal with it? And before I move on, one of the tricks is that the chaos outside may not stop. Things will keep happening. Just because you feel like you've dealt with your worst. I'm sure some of us, there are moments in our life where we feel like we felt in the past that this is the lowest, I can't handle more than this. But then life will still throw you another curveball. And it's either you get stuck in it or you just ensure that you move past it. You move past it. And right now, we're not just about how to move past, that feeling of overwhelmness, that feeling of chaos. We are here discussing we're going to discuss how to, you know, go through this moment in, go through this moment in a place, go through this moment in a way that we are going to have a sense of control as well as a sense of stability. In a way that we are not just letting the situation drive what is happening, but rather we are taking charge and actually driving how we are going to navigate our way through a situation. And like I said earlier, the chaos outside probably won't stop. Things will keep happening, negative things will keep happening, things will probably keep overwhelming. The fact that even a student, as a student in Nigeria, just sometimes just feel like your life is on your life. Just feel like it's being directed to, like you're just there as a puppet and just doing it now. I am just going with the flow because a lot of things can happen. A lot of things can happen. Things can happen. Someday you probably planned your day and influential text is coming and like, oh my god, I'm not ready for this and stuff like that. So the chaos outside may not stop, but we can build our peace from inside. We can have go to plans, go to strategies that we hold on to navigate. And the first one here is name it to tame it. Now let me give you an illustration. Now if you used to watch Nollywood movies, maybe Nigerian, whether Yoruba, is kind of like a situation or a scenario that is very common in Nollywood movies, where maybe a particular character is being chased in his or her dream. Like maybe he's being chased in his or her dream, or something happened in his or her dream. Most of these Nollywood movie, they put up this illustration, and the way that situation will probably get overcome is when the person, I think the character that is speaking, that is being chased in the dream, probably by his village people. Maybe when he goes to go and see somebody or something, they tell him to do something or something. But the point is, the moment that that difficult situation will be overcome is the moment that he's able to identify whoever is chasing him or her. I think it's like a common scenario. Probably say maybe it's that maybe it's one village auntie that's been chasing in his dream. Usually when it's at the point where the situation is a problem, he or she is not able to identify who is chasing him or her. But the moments where maybe one alpha or one pastor in the movie or maybe one herbalist is giving him some things to do and he does it, then the moments where the that moment of breakthrough is the moment where he or she is able to identify that this is what is happening. That's the same as like your emotions and the feeling of being overwhelmed. The moment you're able to identify what you're feeling is in the moment that you're able to fix it. Because you cannot fix what you don't know, you cannot fix what you cannot name, you cannot fix what you cannot hold on to. If you don't know whether you're feeling disappointed, if you don't know whether you're feeling anger, if you don't know whether you're feeling fear or loneliness, if you don't know whether it's just you being tired, if you don't know whether it's just you reaching your breaking point, if you cannot identify it, then you cannot literally take charge and control it. This is like something psychologists call emotional labeling, and it shows that when you're able to know and when you're able to name your emotion, when you're able to identify it, it reduces the intensity of the emotion. It reduces how much the emotion is going to drive. If you're able to identify, okay, I'm feeling lost in this moment. I'm feeling anxious. If you're able to identify your emotion, it's like a starting point to whatever strategies you want to give. So right now, just ask yourself, just whatever emotion you're feeling right now, are you feeling happy to be here? Are you feeling like you're learning something new? Are you feeling driven by what I'm saying? Are you feeling like, okay, this is something that you've heard before? Just drop in the comment section. What are you feeling right now? How are you feeling right now? And in any moments where you think things are going out or you're feeling overwhelmed, just take a few moments and ask yourself, name it to tell me, what am I feeling right now? What am I feeling right now? And whatever you're feeling, like I said, your emotions are your emotions. They are not your weakness. Rename them is a moment of you're creating a platform of awareness for yourself. You feel like you're creating a moment of awareness for yourself, right? So your emotions, they are not your weakness. They are not things you should run away from. So the moment you're able to name it, it's like a moment of awareness and it's going to reduce the intensity of what you're feeling. Now the next one is breathe like you mean it. Breathe like you mean it. Yes, I know. For you to be alive, yeah, breathing in and breathing out. But then how many times you actually just take a pause to, just just disconnect from everything around you. See that picture that I put there, see how the man has his hand all spread out. In that moment, the only thing that matters is just you breathing and breathing. It's not about your score that wants to give that IBP. It's not about maybe things that are going wrong. It's not about your boss calling your phone. It's not about your deadlines, like the 15 deadlines you have to meet in a 30 minutes that you probably won't be able to meet up with. It's not about Nigerian doing his whole thing. When things are getting overwhelmed, just take that 2 moments to breathe like you mean it. is one of the fastest way for you to calm down your nervous system, for you to bring yourself to base back, for you to you know, just take a moment to chill back and calm down. So let's do this. Like I said, this is not your fast breathing, or this is the intentional slow breathing, the kind of breathing that you know, yeah, yes, I am breathing, I am alive. So just try this wherever you are now. Inhale deeply through your nose for 4 seconds, right? Then hold it for another 4 seconds. Then exhale through your mouth for another 6 to 8 seconds. Like, breathe in, hold it in, then exhale through your mouth. So every time that you're feeling it, you have to feel it because it's you calming yourself. There are a lot of things that might be going on that you might not control it, but this one thing, this breathing and breathing out, you I don't know that in most of the situations that you're going to find yourself really overwhelmed. This is one thing that you can do. This is thank you. This is one thing that you can do to bring yourself back to this. See the moments where maybe your mommy, everybody's shouting at once. Just that moment, it's not even going to take you 1 minute. Just do it once or twice. Throw your phone away for a moment because that your phone is not major. Yeah, I say phone is probably one particular stressor. Take it and just breathe like you mean it. Just appreciate something around you. Breathe in and breathe out like you actually mean it. And it actually will go a long way to ensuring that you are calm, to ensuring you can move through whatever chaos is happening, to ensure that you breathe in the peace within you. It's something that you can do, and something that you don't need anything fascinating. Just breathe in, breathe out. It's not taking anything. It's cheap. It is free. It's something you can do to create your emotion. Then the next one is create a safe mental space. Create a safe reset button. Now let me ask you now, when life gets up, everything feels sad and things are just going wrong, what do you turn to that you just know this thing has never failed you? It's always calming down. There is no how. It's always calming down. It's just that maybe you are forming coconut head not to do that thing immediately when you are feeling overwhelmed. But the moment you do this thing, there's no how. There's no how. It's just something that will suit you. Just something that will calm you down. You all need a mental reset button. You all need something that helps us to shift emotionally when things are getting too much. You all need something that it's just fixed. It's something that is just fixed. So far we indulge in it, it will put us in a place of peace, in a place of serenity, and help us regain our sanity, even though the world is going all chaotic all around us and everything just going, things going in ways that we don't know. It could be for you, it could be for me, I'll say as a Muslim, it could be is listening to the Quran. No matter what, no matter what. So far I'm able to pick up my phone and say something, play a surah, I am fine, I am good. It's a safe mental space for me. Another one for me, I'll say for me because I'm the only saying this thing is for me. Also, along the line, I really discover that sometimes cooking, yeah, just going to the kitchen and cooking something. Sometimes just dropping everything doing. Like even though I know, okay, oh, I have an assignment tomorrow, I have a test tomorrow, I'm not available. I know if I want to get out of the state of being overwhelmed, if I just go into the kitchen and just prepare something nice for myself, might not be something extravagant, just something nice and meaningful that I'm going to put time into and ensure that I prepare a very beautiful meal for myself. It actually helps me to reset. It could be prayer, it could be meditation, it could be some people, it could be like touching something grounding, like just touching, maybe like sometimes lying down the floor works for me. Like when I'm just tired of my bed, I just lie down on the towel on the floor. Sometimes the chinos or the side just it does not matter whether it's wet or it's not wet, it's your own reset button. So I challenge us today to, if you don't know it, like I said, cooking for me it works for you, it might not work. So right now, if you're not able to identify things that can make you feel less overwhelmed, things that can allow you to reset, try to look for it. Try to sometimes actually one of the weirdest things I think I do when I want to like reset is counting. I don't know how that works, just something I've discovered. Especially maybe when I'm physically walking, when I'm physically working and everything, a lot of things are just going on in my head. One thing I just count one, two, three, four. Funny thing, it actually helps me. I don't know how, but it actually helps me to reset. So just explore, try out things. It could be the feeling of cold water. It could be a skit. Sometimes you just have to watch lie or something. Like I said, this let me these strategies are not for you to avoid what is going on in your life. When we say reset button, it's not faking button. It's not pretending button. We're not pretending. You cannot pretend to be stability. You have to accept what's going on in your life. It's just that we want to reset and put ourselves in a position where we feel connected to our inner self. We feel connected to our inner peace. We're able to like reinstate reinstate that sense of inner peace within ourselves to be able to go through whatever is going, to be able to go with, not just go with the flow, to be able to like make our ground and make decisions and to respond rather than to react and to ensure our stability is secured. The set button is not to pretend, is not to fake, is not to distract yourself, but it is to bring yourself back. It is to reinstate your inner peace in order to make decisions from a place of from a place of stability. No matter how much the world is going chaos, no matter how much things are not going your way, is this one thing you know yourself. If things are not going your way, being able to reset mentally and shift yourself from that emotionally shift yourself from the chaos to a place of peace in order to build your stability. I hope you get that. So I think I next one should be I put Sorosuke. Yes, I put Sorosuke. I put journaling or something, but journaling is something we keep on. It's like a fast line term right nowadays. So I just put Sorosuke there because it goes a long way. And the energy used to say Sorosuke, voice it out. Whatever emotion you're feeling, whatever things you're feeling that are getting overwhelmed, and you cannot handle it. You've checked into your body, you've done other things. I know this thing is still body, you cannot handle it. Get it within your system, get it out. That stressor that is within your system, get it out. Now there are different ways to get it out. Journaling is one of it. Write it down on paper. Write it down on paper. If that works for you, write it down on paper. Sometimes at a point I think I found it really very difficult to journal, and I decided to do something else. I decided to record. Like I will just stay under the tree. There's no particular thing for me. I'll just stay there. I'll record like 30 minutes. I'm writing to myself. I'm not going to send it to anybody. I probably won't even listen to it after. But then just to get that emotion out of my body, I just record the voices. And to surprise you, sometimes in the middle of the ranting, I just end up crying and everything. But then at the end of the day, it's actually out of my system and I feel okay. So why I put Sorosuke is either so you prepare, journal it out, voice notes, record it out, rant it out, go on your morning walk, just trash it out with yourself. And if you are willing to get someone to rant to the person too as well, rant to a friend, to probably a mentor that will be able to, listen to you, that cares more about you, that will be able to listen to you. Just pick up and get it out of your system. Don't urge those negative emotions. Don't urge it because the more it's within you, the more it's going to keep on being a problem. And what we don't want problems there. We don't want problems there. We want peace. We want inner peace. We want to be able to, handle our emotions well. And one of the ways you can handle your emotion, like I said, when you name your emotion and you even get it out of your body system, sometimes you just go back to reading what you're reading. Like just after writing, there's this coolness to feel, there's this lightness to feel. It's not more everything. It's now becoming something you can deal with because on your paper, it's something you can listen to, something you've told someone about that you can even deliberate on. Now it's becoming a solvable problem, not just a problem that is within your system, not just a problem that is driving you insane, but rather a problem that can be solved because it's something you've written out. You can read it that yes, it is because my lecturer said we should write 15 pages of 15 pages of probably one project in 2 days. That is what is currently stressing me. You already know, you've identified it and you've written it out. Now you can work on, you can go ahead to work on, how do I go about this? How do I get this thing solved? Or even maybe just, you've ranted and just realize that, okay, it's probably your account balance that is giving issue right now. Probably you don't like what is there, or the account, your account balance is something that cannot send, text message. You already know what's there. You've already like ranted it out to someone. Then you can move on to how to get this thing better. So voice out. So it's okay. Voice out your emotions. Don't urge them. Then the next one is gratitude. So there's one thing I once read is that when you're practicing gratitude, you can't feel a negative emotion while practicing gratitude. You cannot feel um you cannot feel fear or anger. You cannot be angry while you're practicing gratitude. And I was like, I get sorry. And I actually tried. And it's so funny because it's something that I've never thought of. It's something like it's something so minute that this is actually true. Like how? So when you're feeling like overwhelmed and things are not going, the way they should, and it's like life is just going its own course, and it's not even considering you at all. Just for a moment, just take a moment to think of things around you that are grateful for. Things that, no matter how little, no matter how big, it could be, waking up that day. It could be just being grateful that the custard you made in the morning did not flop. It could be grateful that you have people you can reach out to and call. It could be grateful that your annoying siblings, even though they're annoying, they're very much alive and they're there to actually annoy you. There are a lot of things to be grateful for when we take our moments and we're being intentional about it. And gratitude is so much. It's such, like you said, these strategies that we given. I'm not giving any strategy that you're going to do that is going to take at all. It's going to cost you a lot to do. These are things we can do within ourselves, within 5 minutes. It's not going to cost you time. It's not going to cost you your money. It's not going to. It's just your time and your intentionality to actually sit and reflect and be able to affirm things that you're grateful for. So right now, take a moment and, you know list one thing you're grateful for right now in this particular moment. List one thing you're grateful for. Right now, I'm just grateful that network has not flopped so far. At least on my side, network has not flopped. No network has tried to give me good today. So that's one thing to be very much grateful for right now in this moment. So yeah. Next one is protect your inner peace. Protect your inner peace. Nobody will do it for you. These are things nobody will do for you. Practicing gratitude, learning to name your emotions. Nobody will come and do it for you. Even if people love you, even if people are able to go out of their way, even if anyone that is even willing to give you the word, they cannot do these things for you. They can just make, they can just make your immediate environment suitable for this thing to happen. But they can try to facilitate it, but at the end of the day, it's still on you to do all these things. So protect your inner peace. The moment you know you are feeling stress, say no. Say no. The moment you're feeling your stress, say no. Just say no. It will not cost you anything. I remember probably like last week in April, or probably I think in mid of April, I had to go to Lagos for our national convention, like the all week program. It's like a all week program, and as an incoming executive and as a former appointee, I had a lot of things on my neck to do. Like I can say throughout my week in Lagos, I didn't get proper sleep. I had eye bags that were so big that my voice was strained. My voice was literally gone. Like there's a difference when you lost your voice and when your vocal cord is like sore and so much that it pains you. I was in an environment that was overwhelming. And I remember like probably the third day or the fourth day, I just realized, wait, I'm giving. If anything happened, this people not remember me. And I remember that I just switched off. I just switched off. I was in charge of publicity. Oh, please, videographer, ensure you do this and this and this. I just let things go and take their own course, and I withdrew to myself. I just any other thing. Fatia is not free. I'm not free. I'm not free, please. I literally put my phone on mute. Nobody should disturb me. Whatever the consequences is, I'm going to deal with it when I'm back and when I'm put together. but I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I am overstressed and overstretched. So the moment you're feeling overstretched, learn how to say no. Rest is not for the rest is not something you feel guilty about. Like I said, rest is something you prioritize. Rest is something you get onto. You do. It's something you owe yourself. Not every message, that message that you want to rush to respond to right now. It can wait. It can actually wait the next 2 minutes or the next 3 minutes or the next 15 minutes for you to take the power nap and also to reset. That family member that they keep, maybe that person has been on your neck to probably do something. I'm sure they can wait because you are a priority to yourself. For you to do big things, you have to consider yourself a priority, and your peace is something you should so much protect. This is a concept that can never be like overemphasized. It's not selfishness. You're just ensuring that you're in a safe place for you to even show up in the best way possible. For you to show up from a place of stability, for you to not lose your mind over what's happening. You need to protect your peace. You need to learn how to protect your peace. So, like I said, say this to yourself and type it in the comment section. And if you cannot, just say it to yourself right now. I deserve love and care for myself. You're not a machine. Don't use yourself as a machine. No. You're a soft girl, you're a soft boy. Act like it. Protect your peace. From this moment, I'll protect my peace and acknowledge my emotion. My emotion. Protecting your peace is not selfish, like I said earlier. It's survival. Is a practice that ensure you show up in the best way possible. You show up for yourself, you show up for your work, you show up for things in the best way possible. And peace necessarily is not like even the absence of chaos. It's just the ability to stay grounded within it. It's the ability to ensure your foot are on ground while everything else is going wrong. So you deserve the love and you deserve care from yourself. You might not control what's happening, but you might control how you respond. This is something I'll keep saying. You might not be able to control what is happening. But you can control and train yourself on how to respond better. And that is the real power. That is the real thing. That is the real thing. I think now to bring everything we've gone through five. If you can name it, if you can name it, please name it. We've gone through name it to name it. I love that. Name it to name it. We've gone through, breathing like you mean it. Breathing like you mean it. We've gone through practicing gratitude. We've gone through protecting your peace. Protecting your peace. We've gone through protecting your peace. So these are things that have worked for me, and I would say will work for you. These are things that scientifically they're actually like proven well to ensure that when you put them into practice, they actually ensure that you stay well grounded. Right? I hope I may. If I may put in the comment, say I just type I. So like let's take a deep moment now and just reflection. Let's speak to ourselves. Speak to yourself where you are right now and ask yourself, how things are going on right now. At what point are you in emotionally right now? At what point are you in? What emotions have you been avoiding? Is it sadness? Is it fear? Is it pressure? Is it loneliness? What are you feeling? What are you feeling? What emotion have you been avoiding? What emotion have you been running away for thinking, oh, don't let me acknowledge it. When I don't acknowledge it, it's going to be. Now say silently to yourself, I see it. When you recognize the emotion, say silently to yourself, I see it. I accept it. And I'll give it space. I will not let it consume me. Whatever is going wrong in your life right now, it could be friendship wise, it could be relationship wise. There are a lot of things that are not even our control that are just happening. Nigerian wise, this is like you've been trying to chase something, probably with the admission, maybe you're trying to get a job, maybe your parents, the people are at home that are your neck, when will you being husband to us, when you being so to us. Whatever it is that you've been that emotions that have been coming up for the things that are going wrong in your life, things that are going not necessarily wrong, but things that are going not in the way you envision it to be. Just say to yourself, just recognize it, identify them, write it down and say to yourself that I see this, I see this emotion. I accept it. Yes, I'm overwhelmed. I accept it. Yes, I am tired. And I accept it. Yes, I'm afraid of probably maybe have a testimony. I accept it. I'll give it space, but I will not let it consume me. I will not let it consume me. This is just how to practice emotional regulation. Emotional regulation. It is not perfection. It is not pretending. It is you accepting the presence of something, and also accepting that you not let it affect you emotionally. You not let it consume you and direct the course of your life. Direct how you're not going to react. You're going to respond. Put it down. From today as well, I will learn and I'll practice not to react, but rather I would respond. I would respond. Now, as just to round up, the world is chaotic, but you don't have to be chaotic. The world is being left, but you don't have to act from that place. The economy is tough, things are expensive. If we start speaking about the economy, even me as a student, to make a pot of stew, I know what it is to take from my account, and I know what is taken from my account. If I want to dwell on that emotion, I'll not do anything today. I'll just be crying because I know how how that has even. The funny thing, prices of things are not even stable anymore, especially of perishables. They're not even stable anymore. Maybe your budget that you've been working with has been a particular amount, then all of a sudden tomorrow is another thing. So yeah, the economy might be tough, responsibility might be a lot. And yeah, we're in a situation where everybody just saying hustle, and so everybody wants to hustle, but nobody wants to heal themselves. You that are listening to me right now, you are not powerless. You are not broken. You are not alone. Your emotions are valid, and your peace is something that is worth fighting for. So don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Your emotions are valid, and your peace is worth fighting for. Every time you pause instead of reacting, every time you take a deep breath instead of reacting by shouting, every time you say, I need a moment to probably name your emotions, instead of pretending that you're fine, you are aiming from something generations before you did not have a language for. You are aiming from something, you are giving your space to do something to regulate your emotions in a way even if you've not seen people that you grew up with, the elder around you, you've not seen them practice it, you have every right to accept it and to practice emotion regulation. You are worth it. Your peace is worth fighting for. Let me say it like that out. Your peace is worth fighting for. Your emotions are valid. Your emotions are valid. Even if no one has taught you how to handle this emotion before, even if it's the first time you're learning, okay, regulating emotion is something. Even maybe you grew up, people around you telling you, maybe it's just Nigeria. Why are you sad? She not know it happening. Who told you to go to school? Why you not crying? You're crying because you failed your test. Why are you crying? Why are you doing this? Who asked you to do this? Is maybe it's you that you want to be everything. You want to do more than your mates are doing. You want to do this, you want to do that. Now why are you crying that it's getting too much? Just don't allow those things get to you. Your peace is worth fighting for. Even if no one has taught you how to regulate your emotion, it's something you can learn right now. It's something you can practice right now. If you've grown up reacting, even if you just even reacted moment before you logged into me right now. If you just even finish reacting, you have every right to invite yourself and to keep working on yourself to ensure that you regulate your emotion. It's something you can learn. It's not something that is in deep. You regulate your emotion. It's something you can learn. It's something you can even feel like you are learning it. Yes, maybe today, today you aced it so well. You have to name your emotion. But then tomorrow it might get too much that you're not able to do this and everything just not to. There is no problem. There is absolutely no problem. Pick up from where you stop and keep on learning and keep on practicing. Rome was not built in a day. That's how you regulating your emotion. It will not be built in a day. Just keep on pushing, and like I said, your peace is worth fighting for. So I'll leave you this week. As this week is going on, today is Sunday. before you react or before you respond, learn to name your emotions. Breathe. Practice the breathing exercise. Breathe like a minute. Engage. Protect your peace. Practice. Practice gratitude and ensure you rest. Yes, rest. Ensure you rest. Put off your phone. Put off your phone. If your boss wants to call you today, tomorrow, so far as you have left office and you know you've left office, have your own signing off day. Let them know. So your signing off time from 10 p.m. I am off. If there's someone mentioning, I was seeing the message, but I am off. I'm not gonna reply this message because I'm not going to be working at 11 and I'm not supposed to be asking. I am off. So yes, rest without guilt. You deserve rest. Like even in chaos, there's calm. Even in pressure, there's purpose. And even in Nigeria, you can find your peace, and your peace is worth fighting for. So, any question and answer, I will check through the comments and I will answer. So if you have any question, just drop it and I will respond to the question.
Wow, 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 wow. I want to become an ambulance. But then, let me stay Balki Samzat. Hello, Fatia. Thank you so much for this session. My peace is worth fighting for. I'll not lie to you. See my notes here. I started here. I just felt like, you see, since this is here on YouTube, I can always come back. But thank you for making it so relatable. Thank you for sharing yourself. I mean, we passed the 6:30 mark, but that's fine. That's good. I was enjoying it, but decided to end it at this point. But thank you so much for the lessons. I mean, my highlights were the parts where you talked about not you're not overwhelmed because you're weak or you're not good enough. You're overwhelmed because you carry too much for too long. I mean, that was like the third thing you said when you joined the session. And that was lit for me because I feel that many times the first thing that comes into your mind when you start to feel this guilt, this feeling of being overwhelmed is that probably I am not good enough. Probably this, probably that. And there are so many probabilities that are not working, and the mathematics is not mathematicking at all. But right now, you have given us the idea, the understanding, the lens that this is not just about you, it's also about probably what you have as your capacity at this time cannot take that thing that you want to do or that thing that you're allowing into yourself. I love the fact that you even went deep into the problems that comes with social media, the environment, and being a Nigerian. It means a lot that you took the time to put this together, that you put the time to curate your thoughts, that you took the time to share stories, lessons, and everything that is needed to drive this home. I want to say a very big thank you for giving us your time today. I know today is a Sunday, you should be preparing for the bus bus in Unilearning tomorrow, but here you are giving your best and making it happen. Thank you so much. And to everybody in the room, please, if you have any question, Fatia is here. She's ready to answer your questions. And if not, I want to see in the comment, thank you, Fatia, for the awesome session. I am going to start that. Thank you, Fatia, for the awesome session. Please, ladies and gentlemen in the room, let's give our speaker our flowers because this was a very beautiful session. I'm going to take off this slide from the screen, but while we wait for your questions, let me ask you a question. As a student, as somebody that is in that state of constant pressure, juggling extracurricular activities, and all of that and trying to do life, trying to build yourself through all of it, right? When the chaos eats, the gratitude works, the breathing works, and all of that. Are there times where you just drop everything and, like, you know what? It's not me and you at this time. It's not me and you in this moment. Maybe we'll come back to it, but I just need my space. Are there times like that? And is that okay?
Yes, there are times like that. As I said, when you drop things, you can always go back to it. I remember maybe the first few times I knew I had to just switch off my phone and ensure nobody could reach out to me at that moment. I was thinking, ah, God, when I wake up, I will see 15 missed call. I will see this and this and this. I will see if I survived doing everything with him. I did, and nobody actually reached out to me. I'm like, ah, this is how I used to do. Because let's be truthful to ourselves. Those small, I think we spend a lot of time worrying and dwelling on our emotions than we actually work. Because the moment you're
Mm,
feeling overwhelmed, your work rate actually reduces a lot. So when even when
true.
we are on phone, there might not be it might just be one notification that you probably received to like 11 a.m. Probably okay, work on this thing, and you know you probably have exam tomorrow. Now instead of just focusing at that moment, you are probably like destabilized, and you can't focus on one thing. So the moment like that, I just switch it off and I just rest because it's better I rest rather than staying awake and worrying over things that because worrying won't change anything. Rather than staying awake and worrying, it's better I just switch off, just go off grid, sleep, or do something. So I just gist or call somebody that is probably not even within the environment that I probably can probably gist with or I can even voice out. Then come back feeling refreshed and more ready to take on. And sometimes for just the old, I just there are particular days, I'm not gonna there are particular days that maybe one day or two. Yes, I have a lot, but I just switch off my phone and go off grid. You can't reach me and I cannot reach you because I'm not even going to live without the main purpose of me to spend time with you. No, there's a particular time we even went through our phone and we're just reading maybe there was no light or something. And instead of dwelling on the fact that there was no light, I think I had like there was this book drive we're doing, so we had like children's story book and we literally read all those I didn't went to farm and clinic one till we slept off. And for me, like I woke up feeling more refreshed and ready. Like even your work rate will actually increase when you are in a place of peace, in a place of happiness. You get to do things faster. You get to think clearer than
Mm.
when you're trying to work from a place of feeling overwhelmed, from a place of feeling stressed. So yes, a lot of time I just drop things. Even tests, sometimes I just like you see this exam, I've read as much as I can. Whatever comes, comes. I cannot overdo this thing. Because it's better I do what I know and I know it than to in the battle of trying to know more, I forget what I already know. So let me just
Mm.
stick to what I probably know my at least answering 4 questions out of 5 or 3 questions out of 5 is something rather than not being able to answer anything well at all. So yeah, sometimes I just switch
I
off.
get it.
So that works for me too as well.
All right. Thank you so very much for the answers that you have given. And it seemed like we have no other questions, but if there are, we are going to get our people to drop them in the comments, and we can always reach out to you to answer these questions as time goes by. So, thank you so much once again for showing up. Thank you for making this happen. Thank you for the beautiful way you showed up for the Valuemast Global and this Building Stability series today. We are very grateful, and we are going to talk in the inner room. Thank you so much, Fatia. Thank you. Do enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Welcome.
All right.
You
Bye.
too. Bye everyone.
Yeah. Bye. To everybody on this call, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining in. My name is Balkis Amzat. Thank you for Lashade Anke. Thank you, Lawala Mina. Thank you, Adetogun Wasila. At the back end here is Kauthar Anifuwoshi. Thank you, our graphics designer. Thank you, everybody on the Value Mass Global team. Thank you to everybody who has been here from the start to this moment. We are very grateful. And tomorrow, same time, same place, we are going to see you or catch up for day 3 of the Building Stability series. Remember, this is 15 days, 15 sessions with 15 purpose driven speakers. And we've just had 2 of those 15 people. So please do not forget, set your alarms, set your reminders, let yourself be here. And if for any reason you're unable to join in, please make sure to catch up on the replay. It's going to be live on the YouTube channel for you. And until tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. here on this space, enjoy the rest of your Sunday and do have a great week where you are able to regulate your emotions and let your inner voice be your biggest cheerleader. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Bye.